Maybe for Asheville or portions of the Appalachian chain, you could see a little bit of that mixing, mostly a rain story. We then get to focus out west again, where on Thursday our Pacific Northwest storm comes in. So now we're back to a northerly track system. This thing is going to slam into the Pacific Northwest coast with some much needed rains in Northern California. I wish we could get that into Central California, but it'll take until Saturday for this thing to come all the way inland. So we're looking at heavy rain, days of rain at the coast, some snow inland. And Alex, we will again have to watch out for some mudslide concerns as you get days of rain at the coast. Portions of the Pacific Northwest have been rather waterlogged. Over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Mark. Well, I tell you, we're set for a bit of a frosty game at Lambeau Field as the Packers host the Cowboys in the playoffs. And we've got our very own Mike Seidel. He is live there for, some chilly tailgating, right, Mike?
Yes, sir, Alex. We've got Packers fans here at Lambeau Field. They are ready. What is the drink of choice this morning? Beer. Whoa! Wait, let me see this. Look at this. Did you drop your paper bag?
Right here.
How about the weather now? Packers fans, diehard Packers fans from Minneapolis, from Chicago, from Milwaukee. How's today compared to the rest of the week we've had?
Warm. Too warm. It's going to be cold.
Too warm for a Cowboys game?
Too warm for a Cowboys game. Yes.
Are you ready? You ready for a Packers victory? Weather forecast looks good. Cloudy skies, a little bit of sun now this morning. Temperatures will stay in the low 20s, right about average, after they've been below zero every morning all week long. So, guys, stay warm. Go Pack. We'll be back all morning from Lambeau. Stay with us.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 79. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, late night thunderstorms. Low 73. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 50%. Monday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 80. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Incredible pictures from this dangerous crash on a Michigan highway. This fatal accident closed the busy Interstate 94 on Friday, and it remains closed. The latest on when the road could reopen.
And Winter Storm Hector moving towards the east, bringing with it cold temperatures and icy conditions from the plains all the way up to eventually the Ohio Valley. Get ready for the icy travel. Plus, a live look at the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The stage is set again, the NFC showdown between the Cowboys and the Packers. Coming up, we will go there live to see how the fans are braving these cold temps.
And Paul Goodlow is going to show us how that cold and the kicking game could be the keys to the matchup today. That is all on This Morning on Weather Center Live. Well, good morning and welcome into Weather Center Live. I'm Alex Wallace. We want to get right to the very latest on the dangerous winter storm Hector. We've got Mark Elliott and Dr. Greg Postel in the lab.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. You know, Doc, we've been following this moisture coming up from the south, meeting up with the cold air. I mean, we were talking for weeks about this Arctic outbreak. Now we've got the confluence of the two.
Yes, we do, Mark. And you know what? That area in purple is freezing rain forecast that we've got out for parts of Arkansas, southern Missouri, even western Tennessee. Freezing rain, real trouble, especially traveling. Rain coming down from the clouds, but freezing with the surface temperature at or below 32.
And it really doesn't take much freezing rain. I mean, we can see the moisture on the increase, all these bright pinks and blues getting pulled up by our low. It doesn't take much freezing rain to cause major travel issues.
Yeah, a tiny glaze will do it, and that makes roads very dangerous. And we're seeing that right now across parts of Arkansas. There are some areas that I think will get more than 1/10 of an inch of ice. You might think 1/10 of an inch is not much, but when you talk about accumulation of ice, it's a lot. It can weigh down the trees and make roads almost impossible. So, Mark, you set it up right. We have that moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, but what I plotted here was surface temperatures everywhere in blue, less than 32.
And I guess that little strip is noteworthy here because they got some rain that actually helped and some cloud cover in the overnight that actually acted a bit like a blanket and insulated that area.
Right up in here, that's right. But you know what? I think maybe as the precipitation kind of moves their way, they may get some what's called evaporational cooling. So the precipitation will come down and cool the atmosphere a little bit, enough to potentially bring some icing conditions that way as well.
All right, and of course right now some of the biggest focus is on the Little Rock area. You can see that you're at 32 degrees, a new slug of moisture coming into play. So let's go live to Little Rock now. Ron Blom standing there and looking at the roads behind you. Have you noticed any icing accumulation at this point?
Not on the highways per se, but in the back of the parking lot over here, there is a slick spot. It was in the shade, so it was cooler. Didn't quite warm up yesterday. You know, the temperatures have been really cold, below freezing for a good part of this week, down into the single digits overnight. With the cold ground, there was a lot of anxiety about what this moisture would mean. They had predicted perhaps 1/10 of an inch of ice coating here, but it didn't happen overnight. Now, that's just the Little Rock story. It's a tale of temperatures across the state. You go west, you go north, and you're going to run into a lot of icing. We've heard some from people about 70 miles north of here on the highway that leads up towards Branson, Springfield, Missouri. Roads are icing over. The Arkansas Highway Department map shows quite a bit of icing over on the major roads headed north. Highway 7 going up out of Russellville. Interstate 540, which links up to Fayetteville, also an issue. So even though you don't have the problem right here in Little Rock, you still need to slow down and especially be cautious about travel across the state. All of this moving very rapidly up to the northeast into Missouri, up around Jonesboro. It's already icing over. Entergy now reporting about 1,100 customers without power in the state. That number was about 300 an hour or so. So we're beginning to see some effects where the icing is accumulating and bringing down some limbs, but we didn't have the coldest temps that would have iced over the limbs and really brought an electricity catastrophe like we've seen in many storms in years past. Not going to have that. The big danger is on the highways. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Ron. And we are indeed looking at that radar picture from the area, and it is the tale of the temperatures. If you're on the north side of Little Rock, you have a little bit of rain, but you head north or far west, I-40, Route 65, socked in the ice.
Yeah, Ron was talking about the areas north of Little Rock up in here, and the radar and the observations that he's providing for us do suggest there is significant freezing rain ongoing, say near Conway, near Cherry Hill, Russellville. Really, it's bad stuff out there. You don't want to find yourself on the roads when you have freezing rain like that. Little Rock right now kind of mixing with some rain, but he did say
there's
that
some
in the parking
spots,
lot. Yeah, in the parking lot. So less traveled roads certainly maybe taking the brunt of it for now in downtown.
That actually could make it worse because people think that the roads are going to stay just wet, and then you hit 32 and they ice over. Here's where that ice is going through the rest of the day.
Yeah, there it goes. And the next area of concern, obviously in that swath moving northeastward from Little Rock, but the models are kind of insistent on bringing a swath of I would say freezing rain across I-70. The National Weather Service has posted an ice storm warning for Indianapolis. Again, this is later on this evening, so real bad stuff may be on the way.
Yeah, I-70, if that comes to fruition, we could see some closures there. Between 1/10 to 1/4 inch of ice, not out of the question.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Mark. You and I both think that 1/4 of an inch is probably on the high side. I think 1/10 of an inch in Indianapolis is probably more like what they would see, but that's plenty.
That's enough.
You might not think 1/10 of an inch. Oh, it can cover the roads, make them skating rinks, and weigh down trees and power lines, lead to some power outages too.
And you notice there's that pink color all the way off towards the Mid-Atlantic, where Philadelphia, D.C., potentially for your morning commute, you may see a little bit of that icing as well. Alex, over to you.
All right, thanks so much, guys. Well, to the very latest now on that deadly massive pileup in western Michigan. State police now saying 193 vehicles were involved in Friday's chain reaction crash on I-94 that killed one truck driver and injured more than 20. And we also learned westbound lanes are now back open at this hour, but eastbound lanes still closed as crews remove the mangled trucks. This is new video showing that moment of impact for several vehicles. And listen to the audio from bystanders on the scene and how they swing into action to help those in trouble.
Can you get out? Get out of your vehicle. Hurry up. Get out! Gotta get out.
And this new video into us today from a first responder on the scene as a semi loaded with 40,000 pounds of fireworks went off. And you can hear those fireworks and see all the flames there. Again, eastbound lanes still remaining closed this morning. Well, football in January in Green Bay, it's set to be downright cold as the Packers host the Cowboys in the playoffs at Lambeau Field. Our Mike Seidel is braving it in Green Bay with the fans.
Go Dallas, that's what we're doing.
Good morning, Alex. We've got Packers fans out here. And they're all wearing their booties. We'll come back and talk to Jennifer. Jennifer is the one that makes all these booties to keep your feet and ankles and calves warm, right?
And there's a pocket sewn on the inside, so when you go to the game, you can put your cell phone in there.
Sunday dinners at my house.
You're waiting for my lasagna, aren't you?
It's a full day for me, and I love it. But when I started having back pain, my sister had to come help. I don't like asking for help. I took Tylenol, but I had to take 6 pills to get through the day. So my daughter brought over some Aleve. It's just 2 pills all day. And now,
To family.
I'm back.
Aleve, 2 pills, all day strong, all day long. And now, introducing Aleve PM for a better AM.
Saving and smiling. That's how I start the year. With tons of stuff on rollback, clearance, and more at Walmart. And that really puts a smile on my face.
Thousands of items on rollback and clearance, in-store and online.
I was a single mom looking for a man, not only for myself, but for my son. When I went on eHarmony, I had to fill out a lot of questions about myself, so they really got to know who I was and what I was looking for.
eHarmony, I think, is the only dating website that could bring somebody to me, the exact kind of person I was looking for. Other sites seemed really shallow. There's no perfect match beyond Angela. She's the best person for me.
Maybe it's your turn. Stop waiting. Start communicating for free today.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service certified asthma and allergy friendly. It's our new standard of clean. Call about our $99 carpet cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 79. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, late night thunderstorms. Low 73. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 50%. Monday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 80. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Tonight at 9. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Tonight at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Good job. Still running in the morning?
Yeah.
Getting your vegetables every day?
When I can.
Could have had a V8. 2 full servings of vegetables for only 50 delicious calories.
Every truck can tow a boat. Every truck can climb a hill. Every truck can haul a trailer. But not everyone can say they're the fastest growing truck brand in America. Guts Glory Ram.
With diabetes, it's tough to keep life balanced. I don't always have time to eat like I should. That's why I like Glucerna shakes. They have slowly digestible carbs to help minimize blood sugar spikes.
Glucerna, the #1 doctor-recommended brand.
I typed my name, and Ancestry opened the door to the world's largest online collection of family history records. Discover your story today at Ancestry.com.
Check.
Aha.
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks. Guaranteed.
Continuing to update you on Winter Storm Hector as it's bringing in some wintry weather here across portions of the Mid-South. We get it a little bit tighter here and into Arkansas. This is where we're finding some of the most issues at this point. Those purple areas, that's where we're dealing with the icing, the freezing rain out there for us. Little Rock, you've seen your temperatures go from around the 33 mark to now 32. So you've gone from the liquid rain to the freezing rain, and of course bridges, overpasses, and now we'll have to watch out for even just general roadways to become a problem. So we really got to be careful driving there across parts of Arkansas.
Yeah, and that's all moving up towards the Ohio Valley by the end of the day. And of course, in Denver today, the Broncos are getting set to host the Colts in the AFC Divisional Playoffs, and a little bit of flurry action could be falling around game time. Mostly cloudy skies, though, with temperatures in the low to mid-30s, which by Denver standards this time of year is pretty darn perfect.
Yeah, you almost want to say it's a warm game.
Yeah,
it could be a lot worse.
Exactly. Of course, in Green Bay, fans will be braving some of the cooler temps, I should say, as the Packers kick off against the Cowboys.
Man, we expect temps to be in the low 20s out there, but we've got our Mike Seidel. He is live outside of Lambeau Field, braving it with the fans. Mike, I'd say a little chilly out there, but again, it could be a lot worse.
Oh, yeah, it's been cold all week, sub-zero cold. We've got our female Packers fans and Cowboys fans out here. We've got both teams represented, and Jennifer Yanda is here from Fun Fan Clothing, and she's the one who put together all these great-looking booties to keep your feet and ankles warm.
Keep your legs warm, and look really cute while you're doing it, girls. It's a new trend. It's really cute. They're made out of faux fur, but you'll love them. Everybody who owns a pair loves them.
You have to make a fashion statement when you go in Lambeau.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's definitely one of the, it's getting really trendy right now. A lot of girls approach me on it. They see them, and they're like, where'd you get them? And it's very...
They keep you warm.
Yeah.
They keep you warm. And what about the Cowboys fan here? Now, you're the minority in the group. Where are you from?
I'm from Michigan, Wisconsin.
Okay, and what's your name?
Kelly.
Okay, we've got the dueling booties. We got the Cowboy booty. We got the Green Bay booty down here. Oh my gosh, gonna do a little Rockettes dance here. What about the game today? You guys gonna be warm? You layered up?
Oh, absolutely. You better.
Yeah, the booty's out.
You're bootied up.
Little cell phones you can carry in there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Where's the cell phone pocket?
The cell phone pocket is tucked right in on the inside. It's 7 inches by 5. You can put your money, cell phone, chapstick, whatever.
Everything you need. You don't have to take the purse.
So you don't have to take the purse because the restrictions are so tight right now with the NFL. So this way you can just sneak it, have it in that pocket and you're good to go.
Sneak it into your booty, huh?
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't have to have it.
Well, not that booty, but these booties. Yeah,
the game day booties. Game day fun.
Game day booties. Hey, let's talk weather here because it's been brutally cold all week. Temperatures right now are in the low 20s. Some Cowboy fans coming through the shot here. Our temperature right now 20 degrees. We're going to stay in the low 20s. Cloudy skies. No snow. The winds are light. No wind chill factor. So you guys should be fine, right?
Yes. This is warm compared to this week.
Yeah, really. And who wins the game?
Packers!
Overwhelmingly, the Packers. There you go.
My girlfriend.
Alex, back to you.
Mike, someone in that group is missing a pair of booties, though.
Yeah, we got to get Mike in
Where's
some...
the missing pair of boots? Oh, my.
Some boots with the fur for Mike Seidel.
You can wear one. You can be, you can have a Dallas and a Packers.
She said I can wear a Packers booty and a Dallas booty.
However, we all know the Packers are going to win this game, so I would definitely recommend just a full Packers set.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks, ladies.
Okay.
We'll be back from Lambeau through the morning.
Here, kitty. Here, kitty. Oh, this comes snuggles with Mama.
Missing something? Like the BOGO event at Sears Optical. Right now, buy any pair of glasses and get a second pair free. Sears Optical. Don't miss a thing.
Can I have my girl? Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
years ago, we thought, wow, how is there no way to tell the good from the bad? So we gave people the power of the review. And now Angie's List is revolutionizing local service again. You can easily buy and schedule services from top-rated providers. Conveniently stay up to date on progress and effortlessly turn your photos into finished projects with our Angie's List app. Visit angieslist.com today.
My Tempur-Pedic made me fall in love with mornings again.
And I love how it conforms to my body. With Tempur-Pedic, the whole bed is comfortable.
The best thing we ever did for ourselves is helping to keep us young.
It's your year. Treat yourself to your best night's sleep with Tempur-Pedic.
Each year, 17 billion toilet paper tubes are thrown away. Enough to fill the Empire State Building twice. Toss the tube for good with Scott Naturals Tube Free.
Thanks for the ride around Norfolk. And I just wanted to say Geico is proud to have served the military for over 75 years.
Roger that. Captain's waiting to give you a tour of the Wisconsin now.
Could have parked a little bit closer. It's going to be dark by the time I get there.
Geico, proudly serving the military for over 75 years.
Latte or Olay? Cozy or cool? Exactly the way you want it. Until boom, it's bedtime. Your mattress is a battleground of thwarted desire. Enter the Sleep Number bed. Save $300 on the final closeout of the C3 Queen mattress set. He's the softie. His Sleep Number setting is 35. You're the rock at 60. And snoring? Sleep Number's even got an adjustment for that. You can only find Sleep Number at a Sleep Number store. Right now, find the lowest prices of the season with the C3 Queen mattress set, only $1199.98. No better sleep with Sleep Number.
And consultation are free.
Call 1-800-307-9899.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 79. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, late night thunderstorms. Low 73. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 50%. Monday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 80. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live, where we are following Winter Storm Hector. Look at the smorgasbord of alerts out there from the National Weather Service offices. Little Rock, a winter weather advisory. Freezing rain advisories in southeastern Missouri into southern Illinois. But notice around Indianapolis, an ice storm warning. Now, right now, we have been watching that changeover line. Little Rock, you've fallen from 33 to 32. So what may look like some wet roads could pretty quickly become icy roads around the Little Rock area. You notice that purple color? That is the radar algorithm saying that you are changing over to some freezing rain, rain falling through the sky and then landing and freezing on contact. Further north, this is where it's going. It's quiet around Indianapolis now, but that'll change. Alex, over to you.
All right, well, big day for NFL fans in the playoffs. That's right. Seattle, New England, they are through to their conference championships after wins yesterday. They await today's winners of the Colts versus the Broncos and the Cowboys versus the Packers. Now, it's all going to be cold there in Lambeau, and Paul Goodlow shows us how the weather and the kicking game could be key.
Let's talk about the weather here. This is a big-time NFL divisional playoff game going on Sunday. The America's team, the Cowboys, going in against a lot of people's favorite team, the Green Bay Packers, in Lambeau Field. So again, big-time matchup going on here. And the forecast is typical Green Bay in January. Temperatures barely get out of the upper teens, maybe touch 20 degrees. It is going to be a cold game. You think, yeah, okay, the Packers should have the advantage on this one. But let's take a look at some of the stats here in terms of how the Cowboys play in cold weather. Well, so far this season, they've only played one game in temperatures in the 30s, and they actually won that game in Chicago, but the temperature is only 35 degrees. To go back to the last time they were playing in sub-freezing temperatures, you got to head back to December of 2013. They lost that game also to the Bears, and the temperature was 8 degrees during that game. By the way, Tony Romo, since he's been the quarterback, they are 1-2 in temperatures below 30 degrees, so not the best record for them. Now, on the flip side, take a look at the Green Bay Packers. They are undefeated at home so far this season, 8-0. And since 2008, when temperatures below freezing, well, we're talking they are 16-6-1. They have definitely owned the cold. By the way, 8 of those games were at 20 degrees or colder, and their record in those 8 games, well, they are 5-2-1. So definitely the advantage will go to the Packers in terms of the cold weather. Although, again, the Cowboys are undefeated on the road, so this will be a close game. And if it really is close, it could come down to field goal kicking. Now, Lambeau Field, well, it's not the most friendliest environment for kickers. In fact, in terms of kicks greater than 30 yards, the make percentage is about 71%. Now, in fact, we push that back to over 50 yards. Well, that percentage actually goes down dramatically, and some of that has to do with the temperature as well. So when the temperatures are below 38 degrees, the field goal make percentage over 50 yards drops to 30%. Now, if we increase the temperatures, we'll actually increase the percentage of actually making those field goals, but almost by double, so close to 60% there. But we know that it's not going to be that warm at all for this game. Now, in terms of kickers, Cowboys versus the Packers, well, the Cowboys definitely have the advantage here in terms of the kickers. We're talking about Dan Bailey so far this season. He's kicking about 86% make percentage. The Green Bay Packers, Crosby, he's about 81%. But yeah, Crosby not the best so far in December versus Bailey. He's almost perfect in December. He's perfect outdoors. So definitely the advantage, the slight advantage for kickers goes to the Cowboys, but in terms of the weather, you cannot bet against the Green Bay Packers in January with temperatures barely making 20 degrees. So based on the weather, I'm picking the Green Bay Packers to win the game on Sunday. Guys?
All right. Well, you know, we're going to be talking more about today's game in Lambeau with legendary player and coach Dan Reeves. That's coming up in about 15 minutes. But, of course, we're tracking Winter Storm Hector, and that could leave a few spots and airports a bit icy. In fact, we're seeing freezing rain now being reported at Little Rock. Good news, at least right now, no reported delays, but that may change. Check with your airlines.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
A little bit here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
Our eyes, they have a 200-degree range of sight, which is good for me. Hey! And bad for the Barkley twins.
Your brain can send information to the rest of your body at 268 miles an hour. 3 times the speed of a fastball.
Take care of your most important parts with Centrum. Multivitamins expertly designed with nutrients people don't get enough of from food alone. Centrum, for the most important parts of you.
Oh no. Can you fix it, Dad? Yeah, I can fix that. I wanted a car that could handle anything. I fixed it! That's why I got a Subaru Legacy.
Symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 36 mpg.
I gotta break more toys.
Introducing the all-new Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
Saving and smiling. That's how I start the year. With tons of stuff on rollback, clearance, and more at Walmart. And that really puts a smile on my face.
Thousands of items on rollback and clearance, in-store and online.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Lindsay.
And today is day number 1
of our
Hydroxycut transformation.
Because we're going all the way. I lost 32 pounds.
And I lost 44 pounds.
Hydroxycut, it really works.
Hydroxycut is America's #1 selling weight loss supplement brand.
Lose weight your way.
Mix and match gummies, tablets, and drink mix.
Hydroxycut got us off the couch and playing with the kids.
Can't catch them all the time.
Speak for yourself. Lose weight your way.
The adventures you've been imagining. The heroes you've been admiring. The worlds you've been dreaming of. The thrills you've been craving. The moments you've been missing. The vacation you've been looking for is here. Come and take it. Universal Orlando Resort. Experience it all with the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Vacation Package. Visit universalorlando.com.
I have a cold with terrible chest congestion. I better take something.
Theraflu Severe Cold doesn't treat chest congestion.
Really?
New Alka-Seltzer Plus Day Powder rushes relief to your worst cold symptoms plus chest congestion.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 79. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, late night thunderstorms. Low 73. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 50%. Monday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 80. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Tonight at 9. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Tonight at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Winter Storm Hector is bringing ice and freezing rain conditions from the plains to the Ohio Valley. We will tell you how this storm could affect travel on the roads and through the air as we go through the rest of the day. Good morning to you. It's 10:30 in the east, 7:30 out west. I'm Mark Elliott, and welcome into Weather Center Live. We want to get right to the latest on this dangerous winter storm Hector. Alex Wallace and Dr. Greg Postel join me from the lab. And guys, icing conditions, a big problem on the roadways.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark, no doubt about it. And that's what we're going to try to detail and talk about where it's happening now and where it's headed.
Yeah, right now we are worried about parts of Arkansas and southern Missouri, but soon thereafter, everything is going to be moving northeastward into the Ohio Valley. And the part of this all that I think makes me most concerned is probably the most dangerous for driving is that icy area that we color in purple. That's freezing rain. Rain coming down out of the clouds and freezing when it hits the contact of the trees, the power lines, the roads where the temperature at the ground is at or below 32.
And it doesn't take much.
No.
Doesn't take much at all.
A tiny little glaze will make the roads a skating rink. And we can thank our little swirly out here. Alex, it's always a swirly, isn't it? Don't those things cause a lot of problems? What these things do is they lead to a lot of precipitation as they bring moist air northward, like this one. The problem in this case is that the surface temperatures I shaded here in blue are below 32, right in there, and that's where we're seeing most of the problems right now.
That's that key number, 32 degrees. So as that moisture starts to move north, rides up over top of that cold air mass at the surface, and this is the result.
This is the result. Fort Smith, Arkansas, Little Rock, we're seeing some freezing rain being reported, and the radar is also suggesting that it's freezing rain. That's in purple. So zooming in on Little Rock, you know, downtown it looks like kind of hit and miss, or get some rain in some places, some freezing rain in others. You go just a little ways to the west and north of Little Rock, then it is all freezing rain and coming down pretty hard in some places.
All right, and of course the sector pushes its way across the region, bringing with it the sleet, freezing rain, icy conditions out there across the Little Rock, and that's where Ron Blum is live for us this morning. Ron, have we seen conditions deteriorating there? We're looking at the radar and it's not looking too good.
Well, it was raining harder about 30 minutes ago, but it really depends on what was the ground temperature and the localized air temperature when the precip started to fall. Because up in the Ozark Mountains, it was below freezing, and they're talking about black ice on highways out there that made things very treacherous. Out to the southwest towards Texarkana, they had some freezing rain. Fort Smith, a problem. The Arkansas Highway Department had a map that they put out, and the latest update shows more and more roads going under ice that lead to the west, to the north, and to the northeast up towards Jonesboro, where that photo was taken of the ice on that tree. So the situation right now is watching to see what the temperature does. We already have some ice-covered areas. The forecast is for it to gradually creep up, but actually we saw it fall through the morning. It was 34 degrees at 6 a.m. As the sun came up, it's dropped down a little bit. We're just hovering near freezing. You can see traffic around me moving very quickly, but I'm stepping out of the way of the cloud of water from that bus. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Ron. Indeed, we'll continue to track things there across central portions of Arkansas. In fact, most of the state of Arkansas, then points north and eastbound need to look out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this area that's right around central Arkansas right now is going to be moving northeastward and causing some problems along the way. We're going to see this forecasted out hour by hour during the afternoon. This shows a lot of green on the map in southern Missouri and southern Illinois, but I think the risk is to be more freezing rain rather than rain, which is a problem. And we do have that in this particular forecast model run here, showing you a swath of freezing rain showing up across central Illinois, Indiana, western Ohio, right along I-70 by about 6 or 7 o'clock tonight. Indianapolis is under a ice storm warning right now for the possibility up to a 1/4 of an inch of ice. I think that's on the high side. I think maybe 1/10 of an inch, Alex, is more likely in these areas. But you know what? 1/10 of an inch is enough of ice to cause significant problems.
Exactly. So don't want to let your guard down thinking, oh, it's just 1/10 of an inch. That is enough to cause the issues out there.
Yeah, now let's go tomorrow real quick because we have to watch out right along that zone. I-95 southwestward out of Boston, New York, maybe even Philly. Getting west across Pennsylvania into Pittsburgh from Philadelphia could be a real trick. There is a possibility of some significant icing there as well during the morning hours. I think later on in the afternoon, it will likely go over to rain, but the morning rush hour could be a problem. Stay tuned to the Weather Channel for all of that. Now let's travel north along I-95, going tonight from D.C. northward across the region. And I think we're going to start off with a chance of some freezing rain in D.C. and vicinity.
Exactly. So again, if you can hold off and wait for some of the warmer air to really move in and change it over to all rain, that is your best bet.
Yeah, that would be good. And I think we will see that happen later and later in the morning the farther north you go. So for example, in Trenton, New Brunswick, you got a shot at some freezing rain before lunch, and then I think in the afternoon, you're right, it'll be better. But you know, the farther north you go from New York City here, going north along I-95, along the coast, and then getting northward to Providence, Boston, the cold air is going to be a little bit deeper, and I think we're going to instead look at more snow and perhaps some accumulating snow just north of Boston. You know, that's probably the least or lesser of two evils. Snow is hard to drive in, but the freezing rain is nearly impossible and very dangerous.
Exactly, no doubt about it. about it. Of course, we'll continue to follow the situation, update you as updates become available as we track this forecast. Dangerous one, no doubt, when we're talking ice. All right, Mark, we're going to send it back to you.
Thanks, guys. And of course, Winter Storm Hector has already caused some problems on the roads across Arkansas. Freezing rain will be spreading north and east from there. In Michigan, snow and ice led to a nasty 193-car pileup on Friday, including cars and semi-trucks. Nate McCarty from the American Trucking Association spoke with us earlier on what he's seen from drivers in these types of conditions.
One of the biggest things that I see is people just don't give themselves enough time. They don't slow down, just get in too much of a hurry all the time to make it to that ultimate destination. And, they're not prepared for the trip. They don't check their forecast, and they don't look at the conditions out there.
Well, this is an opportunity. If you could enlighten us, what would you recommend people do to stay safe on the roads during the winter?
Just slow down. Everything that you do, just do it more gently. When you're braking, when you're steering, everything you do, just slow down and do everything a little bit more gentle.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit more about that. And speaking of the speed that you have in terms of slowing down, in the video of the pileup that we've been showing people in Michigan, a lot of those cars, dude, they were moving very, very quickly. So how fast, or rather, how slow would you recommend people drive? I mean, can you give us numbers?
I think one of the things that you do with experience is you're a better judge of your conditions. So, really naming a speed is, not that important. Just slowing down and judging what other traffic is doing around you, increasing your following distance. So, things like that where people are traveling too fast, you always want to slow down and give plenty of room between you and the vehicles in front of you.
Okay, Nate, time is very short, but one last question to ask you. Let's say you happen to be involved in a pileup, your car is spinning, you've lost control, you've struck. What would you recommend people do? I mean, is it safe to stay in the vehicle, or do they try to get out of the scene?
I would say stay in your vehicle until you're sure that the highway is shut down and that first responders are there. In case there's imminent danger like a fire, like what they were showing with the fireworks, you want to get out of your vehicle and something like that. But you're probably going to get the most protection by staying inside your vehicle.
All right, indeed. Good advice, no doubt. Well, I'll tell you, someone that knows a little bit about today's playoff game between the Cowboys and the Packers, that's Dan Reeves. He's the former head coach, told us of his experience actually playing in the infamous 1967 Ice Bowl.
Growing up in the South, I'd been in the teens sometime. And, I could handle that. But when it drops down to below zero and the wind chill gets up in the 40s or whatever it was miserable.
Stick around to hear our conversation with Coach Reeves and who he says will win today in Green Bay.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 79. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, late night thunderstorms. Low 73. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 50%. Monday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 80. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service certified asthma and allergy friendly. It's our new standard of clean. Call about our $99 carpet cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
Saving and smiling. That's how I start the year. With tons of stuff on rollback, clearance, and more at Walmart. And that really puts a smile on my face.
Thousands of items on rollback and clearance, in-store and online.
Yes!
you should really increase your odds with eHarmony.com. We'll find the perfect guy for you.
Wow.
Stop waiting. Start communicating for free today.
Good job. Still running in the morning?
Yeah.
Getting your vegetables every day?
When I can.
Could have had a V8. 2 full servings of vegetables for only 50 delicious calories.
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad. And then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls. And you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for Better Car Replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
At Ancestry, we call it a hint. Our little leaf that helps guide you through the past. Simply type in a name, and you're taken on a journey. A journey that crosses generations and continents. All to tell the most amazing story. Yours. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
Every truck can tow a boat. Every truck can climb a hill. Every truck can haul a trailer. But not everyone can say they're the fastest growing truck brand in America. Guts, glory, Ram.
Hurry! There's a hot offer for heartburn sufferers. Now try Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com. Hurry! It's free this week only. No pill relieves heartburn faster. Get Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com.
Here's our new trainer, Ensure Active Heart Health.
I maximize good stuff, like my potassium, and phytosterols, which may help lower cholesterol.
New Ensure Active Heart Health supports your heart and body so you stay active and strong. Ensure. Take life in.
Well, the NFL playoffs are in full swing, and the Packers and the Cowboys are just an hour or 2 away from kicking off at Lambeau Field. Now, the last time these two teams faced off in Green Bay during the playoffs was in 1967. And if you can use your way back machine, that was the famed Ice Bowl.
And NFL legend Dan Reeves, he was there. Our Paul Goodlow sat down with him to find out what it was like playing in the coldest game in NFL history.
Cowboys and Packers at Lambeau Field today. First time the two teams have met since 1967 in the infamous Ice Bowl. And joining me is former NFL coach and 2-time Super Bowl champion Dan Reeves. Coach, welcome to the show.
It's great to be here.
And let's get right to it. When you were coaching, how crucial was it for weather when you were trying to plan for the game?
Oh, there's no question you want to try to simulate that during the week. But it's pretty hard to simulate sometimes when it's 17 below zero.
And you were also a player in the NFL for many years. You won a Super Bowl championship as well. Now, how crucial was weather in terms of impacting your performance on the field?
Well, I don't know if you ever really think about the weather. You got too many other things on your mind, the game, you know, what your assignments are. So you're so involved in the game that you don't think that much about it. When it's raining, that has a big effect, and you're trying to concentrate much more on the ball. And when it's cold, you're trying to, you know, stand up if the field is frozen.
Well, let's go back 47 years now to the Ice Bowl. What's your fondest memory of playing in that infamous bowl?
Well, the fondest memory, of course, would be throwing a halfback pass for a touchdown. You know, we had played the Green Bay Packers the year before and lost to them for the right to go to Super Bowl I. You know, and then played them for the Ice Bowl, the right to go to Super Bowl II. So, you know, when you lose a game, there's not much excitement about losing a game.
Now, again, the forecast for today's game, not nearly as cold, maybe in the teens for most of the game, might warm up to the 20s, but it was a different type of setting. Have you ever played a game that cold? We're talking about air temperatures -8, -10, -13 degrees.
Well, it was. It dropped. It was 15 degrees the day before, and that was what the forecast was for the next day. And it dropped 32 degrees overnight. And that's the first time that I realized that if you go from 15 above to 17 below, it's like going from 70 degrees to 102. I can relate to that, being a, you know, born and raised in the South. I know what 70 to 102 feels like. It's a big difference. It's a big difference going from 15 to 17 below, too.
That had a big impact on the game as well. In fact, the referees' whistles froze. There was no whistles for the rest of the game.
Well, I don't remember exactly whether they had some plastic whistles or whether they, stopped the play, but, I don't remember that being a big factor, but I do know that the metal whistle did stick to Norm Schachter's lip and peeled his skin off.
And speaking of injuries, you also had a tooth go through your lip during the game.
Well, I did. You can actually see the little white mark right there. I had this tooth knocked through it. I got hit in the face and busted my face mask. And
normally you get a head wound. It's a bleeder. You can cut
it
your
is. Even blood, but I couldn't, I kept feeling to see if, I had any teeth missing. And there was no blood on my hands, but I couldn't get my tongue between my lip, and my teeth. And it didn't bleed, so that's pretty cold. Went over to the sideline, got in front of the heater, and then the blood came out.
All right, again, the Cowboys going into Lambeau today. What's your forecast for the game in terms of who could win this?
Well, Green Bay's 8-0 at home, and Dallas is 8-0 on the road, so it's going to be two undefeated situations, two great quarterbacks, two good defenses. It's a team that doesn't turn it over, and I think a home field advantage is going to be the difference. Green Bay playing at home is big difficult for Dallas to come, overcome that.
And temperatures in the teens and 20s in Lambeau today. Any impact on Dallas negatively?
I don't think so. I think if the weather is that's not that much different than what you practice in sometimes in Dallas. When you get that wind coming in from the north, you get some weather like that. So I don't think that would be a big factor. If it drops below 0, I don't think either team can handle 17 below. I think it equalizes when you get that kind of condition.
All right. Coach Reeves.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it, man. Good to be on with you.
Back to you.
Coach Reeves picked the Patriots last night, and they had that epic comeback. And today he's picked the Packers, as has Paul, analyzing the weather. So we'll see how that pick turns out. We're also still following Winter Storm Hector. I-40 in Arkansas between Fort Smith and Little Rock. Lots of icing conditions around that area. Some good news for Little Rock itself. It seems the temperatures are trying to climb up again. There's still some pockets where the algorithm is saying it's below freezing at the surface. So be careful, especially on bridges and overpasses. There could be some problems there. Also, Cape Girardeau has now turned over to some freezing rain, so I-55, be careful there. Your full winter weather update is coming up right after this as we take a live look at Little Rock.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes.
The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 79. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, late night thunderstorms. Low 73. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 50%. Monday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 80. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Check.
Aha!
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks. Guaranteed.
This is Paul. This is Paul's office. For those who believe a serious job doesn't have to feel so serious. One-a-day men's Vitacraves with key nutrients like B vitamins, which help convert food to fuel. It's not just a gummy, it's a complete multivitamin.
Next.
Expected wait time, 55 minutes. Your call is important to us. Thank you for your patience.
In the nation, we know how it feels when you aren't treated like a priority. We do things differently.
We'll take care.
Spend Valentine's Day with Broadway's Sexiest Man. On Saturday, February 14th at the Parker Playhouse, spend one night with Cheyenne Jackson during a gala to benefit Stonewall National Museum and Archives, the nation's largest LGBT museum. Help support Stonewall Museum and Archives by purchasing tickets through stonewall-museum.org or by calling 954-763-8565.
I'm Robin.
And I'm Chris. And according to Mama, we're brothers.
Clearly. At a firehouse table just like this, we learned about the tradition of great food and lots of it.
From the start, every Firehouse sub has honored our firefighter roots.
That's right. Take the hook and ladder sub, loaded with turkey, honey ham, Monterey Jack, steam heated. It's the sub that started the fire.
And now, the light version. Only $5.49, just 450 calories. Perfect for you, Robin.
Why are you looking at me?
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
And consultation are free.
Call 1-800-307-9899.
Tonight at 9. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Tonight at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. Time for your winter weather update. Storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel. You know what? It's icing in parts of Arkansas right now. Little Rock reporting some freezing rain. Rain coming down from the clouds, freezing on contact with the temperature there is 32. Likewise in Fort Smith, they're 33, but I think areas just in and around that Little Rock to Fort Smith zone there, just to the north of Little Rock, in fact, they're getting lots of reports of some freezing rain coming down pretty hard in some places. Let's now zoom in on Little Rock, and you can see kind of from here, places here and there, it's rain and then freezing rain and then rain back and forth. Right at 32, you'll get that. But really, as you go north out of Little Rock, say toward Conway or Cabot, or maybe even toward Russellville on I-40, watch out for very slick conditions. We do have, I think, a tower cam to show you from the Little Rock area right now. And the roads look wet, not surprising perhaps on the more well-traveled roads, but certainly the less traveled ones will get icy very quickly. So be very careful traveling in and around central Arkansas and even northern Arkansas later on this afternoon as well. As this whole system begins to move on off toward the north, we can thank a swirly at upper levels, really an upper level low that's moving from the southern plains into parts of the mid-south right now. It's helping to bring some moisture northward out of the Gulf of Mexico. There's the circulation right out there at upper levels, and there's the moist flow out of the south that is going up and over some cold air near the ground. I shaded here air temperature into ground less than 32, so there's a bunch of sub-freezing air near the surface right here. Watch out southern Missouri, southern Illinois as well, and then even later on today, farther to the north from there in parts of southern Illinois, where all of this precip, guys, is headed that way. So it may move into St. Louis in the next few hours. The roads could be tricky there. And even Indianapolis later on today. I think some freezing rain is likely there. The Weather Service has an ice storm warning out for Indianapolis later on this afternoon and evening, right along I-70. It could get real tricky this evening as potentially ice accumulations up to 1/10 of an inch are expected all across this zone, including very, very early tomorrow morning. D.C. and areas just to the northwest of there. Could be some very tricky times. Rush hour tomorrow morning there. Philly, Trenton, New York, even up through New Haven and Hartford. Watch out. Stay tuned to the Weather Channel. We'll have all the latest for your rush hour tomorrow morning. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Doc. We're checking out your 7-day forecast now. We're going to follow where Winter Storm Hector goes and really what's still to come moving across the country. Today, again, the icing zone from outside Little Rock into northern Arkansas, eventually stretching all the way up towards the Ohio Valley. Indianapolis under that ice storm warning. We're continuing to bring you coverage here right on through the day. Special updates as the afternoon goes on, so you stay ahead of that icing scenario. By tomorrow, again, Dr. Postel was just telling us we've got that risk of icing in the mid-Atlantic states for your morning commute. Philadelphia, Trenton, maybe New Brunswick, New Jersey, the home of my alma mater, Rutgers University, up through New York City, Boston, and up through north of New England. You will see that chance for snow, but the snow is easy to deal with compared to the freezing rain event. Meanwhile, we have to look out west. Here's our next storm system moving through the Intermountain West tomorrow. This one on a southerly track. Look what happens as we go into Tuesday. From Colorado into New Mexico, we've got that chance of snow. It is a higher elevation story here. The ski resorts are going to be loving this, but it does eject into the plains. You notice 41 for Dallas on Tuesday. By Wednesday, near 40, but just north of there, you go towards Oklahoma City, towards Tulsa, maybe again towards Little Rock. There's enough cold air and a little bit of that moisture that we're going to again be talking about a southern tier system with some wintry weather. Now, the southeast is going to stay kind of soggy through this week. Lingering showers on Wednesday, but this storm system makes its way towards the eastern seaboard by Thursday. So we're looking at rain again from Atlanta, or maybe Macon down through Jacksonville, certainly South Florida looking a little bit soggy. Not that anyone is going to really be complaining about 81 degrees in South Florida this time of year, especially if you're visiting from somewhere else. And Thursday into the next weekend, we get a northern track storm, a Pacific Northwest storm that's going to bring some higher elevation snow and some lower elevation rains. This one will spread into central California. We need the rain there, but it's days of rain for the Pacific Northwest coast. We're going to watch out for some landslides, mudslides, and debris flows again, Alex. So that story will be picking up by the time we get to next weekend. Over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Mark. And you know what? It's a frosty game at Lambeau Field as the Packers host the Cowboys in the playoffs. Our Mike Seidel is live there for some chilly tailgating, Mike. But hey, the Cheeseheads, they know how to stay warm.
Yeah, we're staying warm out here. We've got Packers fans and Cheeseheads. We got Cheeseheads. We've got Dr. Seuss here. We've got the banner, Green Bay Packers. We've got a great forecast today. We've got some sunshine coming our way. We've got some blue skies. Temperatures right now, 21 degrees. 21 is not bad, huh?
Oh, it's perfect.
Perfect?
It's beautiful out here.
It's beautiful. After this week, 21 degrees, kickoff temperature. And coming up in the next half hour, you want to come back. I found the frozen tundra. Look at this. Come on in here, guys. I found the frozen tundra. We'll show it to you a little after 10 Eastern from crazy Lambeau Field. Stay with us here on the Weather Channel and Weather Center Live.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 79. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, late night thunderstorms. Low 73. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 50%. Monday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 80. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Winter Storm Hector moving towards the east, bringing with it cold temperatures and icy conditions right now in portions of the plains, moving eventually to the Ohio Valley and maybe the Mid-Atlantic. That is coming your way. Plus, a live look at the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The stage is set. It's an NFC showdown between the Cowboys and the Packers. Coming up, we're going to go there live to see how the fans are braving the cold temperatures.
And Paul Goodlow, he's going to show us how that cold and the kicking game could be the keys to the matchup today. That is all on this edition of Weather Center Live. good Sunday to you. Welcome into Weather Center Live. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Mark Elliott. A lot to talk about with this winter storm.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. We've got the very latest on this winter storm, of course, named Hector.
Winter storm Hector is creating some icy conditions across parts of Arkansas right now. Let's look at my map and show you that the area we have at most concern for icing, freezing rain is in Arkansas, including Little Rock, Fort Smith, maybe even southern Missouri, western Tennessee, and southern Illinois. That area shaded in purple is likely today to experience freezing rain. Rain coming down from the clouds and then freezing on contact with the temperatures at or below 32. Right now across the region, we've got some reports of some freezing rain in and out of Little Rock. North Little Rock Airport is right now reporting freezing rain. Good thing they don't have any ice accumulation, but it is beginning to stick on exposed surfaces, including tree branches and power lines. This is going to continue through the morning hours. I would not be surprised to see in spots in central and northern Arkansas get up as much as 1/10 of an inch of ice. That could create significant problems on the roadways, maybe even some power outages with some downed trees and power lines. Then tonight, everything extends a little bit farther to the northeast from there. You see we've got a wintry mix out there. I would not be surprised to see more freezing rain than we actually are showing right in here, especially along I-70. And that would be later on this evening and tonight. Again, freezing rain would coat everything with some ice. Not a whole lot in terms of actual amounts, 1/10 of an inch, but that's plenty. That can create a lot of problems on the roads and travel-wise. Tonight and then tomorrow morning as well, guys, everything is going to be moving toward the east, right? We have the threat for some freezing rain parts of D.C., northern Maryland, early in the morning. I think it's going to turn over to rain later on in the afternoon, but then also northward on I-95 from there to New York, parts of southern Connecticut, and of course in parts of the Ohio Valley and westward out of Philly toward Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, excuse me. Watch out for morning troubles travel-wise across the region. This is how much ice we expect throughout sort of the duration of it all through tomorrow morning. We say up to 1/4 of an inch of ice, but you know, I think it's more like 1/10 of an inch of ice would be the maximum amount, but that's a lot, and that does include some places in southeastern PA, eastern Virginia, northern Maryland, southeastern New York State, and western Connecticut through tomorrow morning during the rush hour. North of that, we've got the possibility of some snow, maybe 1 to 3 inches, but guys, it's not a snowstorm that we're so concerned about. Snow is tricky. It's the ice that we have to be really concerned with for tomorrow morning rush. Tonight in Philly, let's look at Philly here. Cloudy skies, temperature right around 30. That 30 degrees, I don't like that 30 degrees because when the rain comes in, it's probably going to freeze on contact and lead to some morning freezing rain. I think by later on in the afternoon, we're going to see an all rain transformation in Philly, likewise in New York as well. So if you can hang on a little bit in the morning, maybe do some traveling later on in the late morning or early afternoon, things should be more wet rather than icy by then. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Dr. Postel. And of course, we're going to continue to get updates on that situation throughout the rest of our Weather Center Live and then throughout the rest of the day with updates as well.
Absolutely. Of course, right now we've got the issues moving through parts of Arkansas, including Little Rock. And that's where Ron Bloom is live right now. And Ron, what are conditions like for you at the moment?
Well, as Dr. Postel was saying, that variation of just a degree or two is making all the difference. It's 32 officially in Little Rock. You can see the rain is now falling again, but the ground was a little warmer. It was about 34 earlier, so we're not seeing that freezing on contact. A different story to the north and to the west, where the temperatures were a little bit lower coming into this rainfall. They're talking about some black ice on some of the roads in North Arkansas. The Highway Department had a transportation map showing that going to the north and the northwest on a lot of routes is difficult. Looking at the current observation temperatures, though, most of the state is hovering right at 32, 33 degrees, so I don't think we're going to be in any kind of danger for power outage. In fact, Energy reporting just 1,000 customers out. What we are going to see are these transportation issues. If you go up to the north central part of the state, near the Missouri border, Mountain Home, 29 degrees. Flippin, just south along the White River, is at 29 degrees. That seems to be the pocket of cold air, and you're going to see that throughout the mountain ranges as well. The Ouachita and the Ozarks, and there are some areas that are going to get pretty hard hit on the highways, but we aren't going to see a big threat to the power grid. That's the story here in Arkansas. Back to you guys for now.
All right, thanks so much, Ron. We certainly appreciate it there. Everyone's certainly having to stay safe and stay careful on those roadways. You just never know when that glaze is out there. It looks wet, but it could be ice.
Exactly. The other big story that we're following today is football. It is a Green Bay football day. It's going to be cold, but not as cold as it could be in Green Bay this time of year. The Packers hosting the Cowboys at Lambeau Field.
Yeah, and of course, who's better than to handle all this than our very own Mike Seidel? He is braving it with the fans, and they are decked out.
With the frozen tundra. Look at that.
I have never seen anything. This is tremendous. The frozen tundra has arrived. We're going to talk to him in a few minutes. Also, the Acme Packer fan wearing the hat from what year?
1921.
From 1921. So we're going to come back on Weather Center Live here and talk to both of these fellows, get the forecast, and we know it's a Packers victory, right?
It is. Oh yeah, seal the deal today. We're going to see
this is unbelievable.
Well, thanks. There's a lot of beer. We're at Lambeau. This is all beer poured over top of my head to create this, by the way.
More from him next.
Saving and smiling. That's how I start the year. With tons of stuff on rollback, clearance, and more at Walmart. And that really puts a smile on my face.
Thousands of items on rollback and clearance, in-store and online.
Latte or Olay, cozy or cool, exactly the way you want it. Until boom, it's bedtime. Your mattress is a battleground of thwarted desire. Enter the Sleep Number bet. Save $300 on the final closeout of the C3 Queen mattress set. He's the softie. His Sleep Number setting is 35. You're the rock at 60. And snoring? Sleep Number's even got an adjustment for that. You can only find Sleep Number at a Sleep Number store. Right now, find the lowest prices of the season with the C3 Queen mattress set, only $1199.98. No better sleep with Sleep Number.
Oh, there's an energy crisis happening, all right. A human one. And it's time to fight it. With the good energy of Quaker Oats. It's how we help keep go-getters like you going and getting. One bite at a time. Try new quick steel cut oatmeal for a heartier texture. Quaker Up.
Nailed it. You're right, that was really easy. I know, I told you so. On Progressive.com, you can compare our Progressive direct rates with our competitors' rates, so shopping is easy. You don't sound like Flo. Yeah, I do.
Who are you talking to?
What?
What's on your hand?
Nothing. My wedding ring. Symbol of our love and understanding.
Comparing rates for you. Now that's Progressive.
Nailed it.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, thunderstorms likely. High 79. Winds east at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Chance of rain 80%. Tonight, late night thunderstorms. Low 73. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Monday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 80. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Tonight at 9. Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Tonight at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Guess what goes really well with eggs? Pillsbury Grand's biscuits make breakfast even better. Grand's biscuits make breakfast pop.
Hurry! There's a hot offer for heartburn sufferers. Now try Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com. Hurry! It's free this week only. No pill relieves heartburn faster. Get Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com.
There's a myth out there that you can't do it all. That you can't be everything. to everyone. Well, consider that myth shattered. This is the full line of Ram ProMaster vans and the all-new Ram ProMaster City, built to help you run the town from every direction.
Good job. Still running in the morning?
Yeah.
Getting your vegetables every day?
When I can.
Could have had a V8. 2 full servings of vegetables for only 50 delicious calories.
You get sick, you can't breathe through your nose. Suddenly, you're a mouth breather. Well, put on a Breathe Right strip and instantly open your nose up to 38% more than cold medicines alone. So you can breathe and sleep. Shut your mouth and sleep right. Breathe Right.
Well, welcome back. Continuing to follow Winter Storm Hector, bringing us a bit of wintry weather here. We zoom in a little bit here, and you see the precipitation. Southern portions of Arkansas generally dealing with the rain, but as you head north, right around that Interstate 40 corridor, you start to run into a little bit of the freezing rain, and we have seen some reports of that in and around Little Rock. Now, right now, Little Rock temperatures have warmed up to 34 degrees, and that is great. We get above 32 and we change over to liquid, so that is a good situation there for us. But we still have to be careful. We've seen some reports of accidents in the far northeastern part of the state of Arkansas because of the icy roadways. And this is something we'll follow from Arkansas and moving its way north and eastbound into parts of the Ohio Valley as we head through the afternoon and evening.
Yeah, still an ice storm warning over Indianapolis and the potential for an icy morning commute towards I-95 in the mid-Atlantic. Meanwhile, the other big story we're following today is football. Out west in Denver today, the Broncos are getting set to host the Colts in the AFC divisional playoffs. Some mostly cloudy skies, maybe a couple of flurries around the game time, but overall this is a pleasant day by Denver standards. A 4 o'clock Eastern time kickoff, so local time in the early afternoon. Temps in the 30s. That's not too bad for Denver this time.
Yeah, absolutely. You're talking, almost mid-January. It could be a lot worse out there for you. So all in all, weather shouldn't be a big problem at all for the fans in the stands, tailgating, or for the players on the field.
Meanwhile, we're also looking towards Green Bay, where fans will be braving some cold temperatures, but they're excited enough to stay warm, I think.
Yeah, for sure. We got temps that'll be in the low 20s out there for you, but it's nothing for our very own Mike Seidel. He's seen a lot worse. He is live there at Lambeau Field, braving it all with the fans.
Good morning, guys. Packer fans are here. And they are ready to whoop up on the Cowboys. Go, Pack, go. Now, I want to show you this. I've been to a lot of tailgates over 10 years, probably 250 NFL games, and this, without a doubt, is the coolest outfit I've ever seen. I like that. This is Jeff Kalaw, and how did this come about, Jeff?
Well, it's the Frozen Tundra. It's been, that name came up in 1967 for the Ice Bowl, and it stuck, and now it's what I am. I am the Frozen Tundra man of Green Bay.
How long does it take you to get those icicles on your face?
It's about 45 minutes. It's hot glue. It takes 45 minutes to put it on and about 2 hours to take them off.
2 hours to take them off, so you just don't rip them off, right?
No, you can. I hope nobody pulls on these things or I'll go right through the, Not good.
This is amazing. Thanks. This is just as good as it gets as far as any team I've seen. Thank you. This really hits a home run.
A lot of them are beer sickles. We're in Green Bay, so a lot of these are beer sickles.
Well, the problem today, guys, is it's 21 degrees. It's not cold enough for the beer to slush up. No. And we've got Bruce Rosener. Raisner, we talked to you a few years ago, wearing the hat from what year?
1921. It's not exactly the Frozen Tundra today, but we're doing good.
And you've got the Clay Matthews headgear on.
Also made by Jeff. Go Pack.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. Jeff, you made that, Jeff?
Yep.
You made that?
I make a lot of the crazy foam hats up here, yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. This guy knows all about foam. Now, the forecast looks pretty good. In fact, we've got some sunshine here at Lambeau. Temperatures have warmed up quite a bit. This past week, it was below zero every morning. Right now, we're up to 21 degrees. A virtual heat wave here, huh?
I'm melting.
He's melting.
I'm melting.
I'm melting. You're like the Wicked Witch. Okay, there you go. Guys, back to you from Lambeau and the Frozen Tundra right here.
By far, some of the best costumes we've ever seen. That is absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah. Man, so a chilly game there across Green Bay, not just for the fans, but for the players as well.
Yeah, and why field goals could make or break this game.
And, of course, we're going to talk to former player and coach Dan Reeves, who knows a thing or two about NFL games, having played in the Ice Bowl. But he doesn't think the cold will be a big difference maker. We'll find out why next.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Well, did you know that playing cards with Kenny Rogers gets old pretty fast?
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. What? You get it,
I get the gist, yeah.
Okay.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
What makes it an SUV is what you can get into it. What makes it an NX is what you can get out of it. Introducing the first ever Lexus NX Turbo and Hybrid. Once you go beyond utility, there's no going back.
Your eyes really are unique.
In fact, they depend on a unique set of nutrients. That's why there's Ocuvite, to help protect your eye health.
As you age, your eyes can lose vital nutrients. Ocuvite helps replenish key eye nutrients. Ocuvite is a vitamin made just for your eyes from the eye care experts at Bausch & Lomb. Ocuvite has a unique formula that's just not found in any leading multivitamin.
Your eyes are unique.
So help protect your eye health with Ocuvite.
Thank you for being a sailor and my daddy. Thank you, Mom, for protecting my future.
Thank you for being my hero and my dad.
Military families are thankful for many things. The legacy of USAA Auto Insurance could be one of them. Our world-class service earned USAA the top spot in a study of the most recommended large companies in America. If you're current or former military or their family, see if you're eligible to get an auto insurance quote.
Monday on the Weather Channel Mornings. We've got a heck of a lot to talk about. We're tracking the brutal cold and ice that's crippling much of the country. Some of us even looking at more record lows causing big problems. You'll definitely want to know what's happening out there this week. We're there.
I am the luckiest woman in the world because I was one of the first people to sail on Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line's beautiful Grand Celebration, the newest cruise to the Bahamas and by far the best cruise ship to ever sail from the port of Palm Beach. With 2 nights on the ship, great food, lots of pampering, a spectacular day in the Bahamas, and prices from just $149, you can get lucky too by calling 800-814-7100 today. I had so much fun that the next time I take a 2-night cruise, I'm going to add a 2-night stay in the Bahamas at a beautiful resort with soft white sand beaches and crystal clear water. This 4-night Bahamas cruise and resort stay package is the best vacation value anywhere. So what are you waiting for? Call 800-814-7100. That's 800-814-7100. And let the fun begin.
And pay the return postage. Try NoNo risk-free today.
Look at this! Listen to that!
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel Mornings.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, thunderstorms likely. High 79. Winds east at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Chance of rain 80%. Tonight, late night thunderstorms. Low 73. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Monday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 80. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All right, football fans, big day. Playoffs continuing, and of course we've got Seattle, New England. They're through. They won their conference to get to the conference championships after wins yesterday.
Yeah, those teams await today's winners of the Colts versus the Broncos and Dallas versus Green Bay. Now it's going to be cold, but seasonably cold in Lambeau, and Paul Goodlow shows us how the weather and the kicking game may become a key.
Let's talk about the weather here. This is a big-time NFL divisional playoff game going on Sunday. The America's team, the Cowboys, going in against a lot of people's favorite team, the Green Bay Packers, in Lambeau Field. So again, big-time matchup going on here. And the forecast is typical Green Bay in January. Temperatures barely get out of the upper teens, maybe touch 20 degrees. It is going to be a cold game. You think, yeah, okay, the Packers should have the advantage on this one. But let's take a look at some of the stats here in terms of how the Cowboys play in cold weather. Well, so far this season, they've only played one game in temperatures in the 30s, and they actually won that game in Chicago. But the temperature is only 35 degrees. To go back to the last time they were playing in sub-freezing temperatures, you got to head back to December of 2013. They lost that game also to the Bears, and the temperature was 8 degrees during that game. By the way, Tony Romo, since he's been the quarterback, they are 1-2 in temperatures below 30 degrees, so not the best record for them. Now, on the flip side, take a look at the Green Bay Packers. They are undefeated at home so far this season, 8-0, and since 2008, when temperatures below freezing, well, we're talking they are 16-6-1. They have definitely owned the cold. By the way, 8 of those games were at 20 degrees or colder, and their record in those 8 games, well, they are 5-2-1. So definitely the advantage will go to the Packers in terms of the cold weather. Although, again, the Cowboys are undefeated on the road, so this will be a close game. And if it really is close, it could come down to field goal kicking. Now, Lambeau Field, well, it's not the most friendliest environment for kickers. In fact, in terms of kicks greater than 30 yards, the make percentage is about 71%. Now, in fact, we push that back to over 50 yards. Well, that percentage actually goes down dramatically, and some of that has to do with the temperature as well. So when the temperatures are below 38 degrees, the field goal make percentage over 50 yards drops to 30%. Now, if we increase the temperatures, we'll actually increase the percentage of actually making those field goals, but almost by double, so close to 60% there. But we know that it's not going to be that warm at all for this game. Now, in terms of kickers, Cowboys versus the Packers, well, the Cowboys definitely have the advantage here in terms of the kickers. We're talking about Dan Bailey so far this season. He's kicking about 86% make percentage. The Green Bay Packers, Crosby, he's about 81%. But yeah, Crosby not the best so far in December versus Bailey. He's almost perfect in December. He's perfect outdoors. So definitely the advantage, the slight advantage for kickers goes to the Cowboys. But in terms of the weather, you cannot bet against the Green Bay Packers in January with temperatures barely making 20 degrees. So based on the weather, I'm picking the Green Bay Packers to win the game on Sunday. Guys?
All right, well, we're going to talk more about today's game in Lambeau with legendary player and coach Dan Reeves. That's coming up in about 15 minutes. But Winter Storm Hector, that could leave several U.S. airports icy. Here's how things are looking in Little Rock right now. We've actually warmed up. So we're now at 34 degrees. So some of those purples that were moving into the area, those have now shifted north of the city. If you're traveling there in and out of Little Rock, airport delays at this hour. We've got the goose egg, so that is great news. But we'll watch all this moisture move north and east. Mark?
And you know, in today's weather in play, skiers and snowboarders hitting the slopes at a popular West Virginia ski resort. It is Winter Place, and it looks lovely there, doesn't it? The resort picked up a couple of inches of fresh powder, making for pretty good skiing conditions. But here's the thing. Temperatures are warming up over the next couple of days. On Sunday, today, we're going to see temps all the way into the low 40s, although it does get back below freezing at night. And because it's cloudy, that base will be okay despite the warm temperatures, and they'll be able to add some snow at night. Watch out Monday, though. Rain and ski resorts don't exactly come together perfectly.
Weather in Play brought to you by Audi, proud sponsor of the U.S. ski team.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
She inspires you. No question about that. But your erectile dysfunction? That could be a question of blood flow. Cialis Tadalafil for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right. You can be more confident in your ability to be ready. And the same Cialis is the only daily ED tablet approved to treat ED and symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently or urgently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines, and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any allergic reactions like rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
I've seen hurricanes, floods, I've seen tornadoes. We give out Duracell batteries after the worst happens. And when the power's out for days, we stay with them. You might say they lost everything, but that's not what I see. I see a different kind of power. I saw it in Ruth, Adam, Tom. It's the power they have inside of them. The power to move forward.
At Duracell, we believe that's the power that never, ever goes out.
You get sick, you can't breathe through your nose.